Live from the Wallace Civic Center here in Fitchburg, FATV presents coverage of Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raider Ice Hockey. And today, it's the season finale for these two teams, their 20th and final regular season contests, as the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders play host to the Worcester Wildcats. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daniel Bolak. Happy to have you along with us here today. The Red Raiders coming to this game with a record of 10-9. They finished Coughlin Conference play with a 5-7 mark. And last time we saw the Red Raiders here at the Wallace Civic Center, they fell 2-1 to Lunenburg Air Shirley, but since then, 3 straight games away from the Civic Center and no problem for the Red and Gray. Taking all 3 of those games. They took down Timberlane in New Hampshire on Super Bowl Sunday 7-1, went out to Oakmont on Valentine's Day and came away with a 2-1 victory. And then most recently, in one of 2 CMATA consolation games, the other one being today, they went out to the home of the Worcester Wildcats in Buffone Arena on Lake Ave in Worcester to take on Westboro. We don't normally play there, but let's not lose the plot here. In this unusual neutral site game, there was a lot of goal scoring, and for the Red Raiders, they came from 5-2 down to take an 8-5 victory to give them their 10th win on the season and thus guarantee that when the seedings come out later this week, the Red Raiders are definitely going to be one of those teams that will be on the list of teams that have qualified for the state playoffs in Division 4. In that 8-5 win, Colin Hines led the offense with 4 goals. He's been on quite a tear lately. Goals in his last 3 contests. Tucker Watkins has a goal and an assist. Jacob Bruno, Camp Bagnosh, Ben Jeanette all had goals. Jackson Leader had 3 assists in that contest. And don't look now, but Jackson Leader's the team leader in assists. He's got 12 now on the campaign. He's really been turning it on late as the season has gone on. Cody Barkey and Kyle Jenner each had 2 assists. Easton Minardi got the start in that one, although not one of his better games, though. Did what he needed to do against a high-powered Westboro offense that has been struggling a little bit with the goaltending. They were stuck using an 8th grader in goal for that game. Their only varsity goalie got injured earlier in the season. So tough times for them. Oakmont had the same issue as well. But now they take on this Worcester side that comes to this game with a record of 4-15. They finished Russell Conference play with a perfectly winless record of 0-10. However, one of those teams in the Russell, Assabet, is who Worcester drew in their first consolation game back on Monday. And although they couldn't beat the Aztecs in conference play, they were able to get past them 2-1 though on Monday. James Morse had a goal and an assist, including the game-winning goal, and Jackson Tierney picked up his 2nd goal of the campaign. John Bowler had an assist, and Joey Fisher, who's been playing lights-out hockey. The last time we saw Joey Fisher, he was getting his 6th start of the season. He's gotten the net every single game for Worcester down the stretch, and he's been playing pretty well. He's lowered his goals against that was in the mid-5s going into this game. Last time these 2 teams met on January 20th here in Fitchburg, down to just .371, and a goals against still in the low 900s. The junior has been keeping his side in games, and he very much did so against the Aztecs. 36 saves for the junior keeper. We expect he'll get the net again today for the Wildcats. And for Worcester, this will be their last game of the season, and for the 3 seniors of Sal Samar, James Morse, and Colton Tittle, this will be their last game wearing the 2-tone blue uniforms for the Worcester Wildcats side. They are the 3 seniors who will be graduating later this year and who won't be playing any more high school hockey for their respective side, but this is still a really young Worcester team that still has something to prove. Want to finish the season on a high note, maybe get some revenge against a team that took them down 3-0 a month ago. And for the Red Raiders, they're looking for playoff positioning. Currently coming into today, they are the 26th seed in Division 4. And they would like to move that up a little bit. A hearty 2 or 3 goal win will increase their rating a little bit, might get them a little higher, maybe get them a little more of a favorable matchup. But nobody knows how exactly the seedings are going to fall until they come out later this week. After all, teams will be finishing up their seasons today and tomorrow. And there's still a lot to be decided, with some CMATA championships, some other end-of-season tournament championships. and a whole lot of other things. But here today, it's the final home game of the season for Fitchburg Monty Tech, almost certainly. Can't imagine they would draw a home game at some point in the playoffs, so this will be almost certainly the last game they'll play at the Wallace Civic Center this season. And for the Wildcats, who come into today 44th in Division 4, this will be their last game of the 2023-2024 season. Let's throw it down to public address announcer Jim LaPointe for the starting lineups and national anthem here on FATV.
Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. Here are the starting lineups. First for the Wildcats at right wing, number 7, Nathan Lashawa. Center number 18, Jason Fuller. Left wing number 2, Sal Smara. Defense number 17, John Bowler. Defense number 15, David Dobson. And in goal, number 1, Joey Fisher. Head coach for Worcester is Mike Vaughn. And now for the Raiders, starting at right wing, number 26, Jacob Bruno. Center, number 11, Austin Haas. At left wing, number 12, Kyle Gendron. Defense, number 13, Brett Mayo. Defense, number 5, Ryan Gavin. And in goal today for the Raiders, number 1, Owen Richards. The head coach for Fitchburg Monty Tech is Noah Saracen. Officials for today's game, Jim Hayes and Carlos Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, students, at this time I would ask you all to please stand as we honor our nation and the flag with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Moments away from puck drop here at the Wallace Civic Center in Fitchburg. Getting ready for this final regular season contest between the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders and the Worcester Wildcats. Daniel Bolak here with you, Travis Falk on camera. Happy to have you along with us here today. Starting goaltenders, both teams going with the goalies wearing the number 1s. Owen Richard makes his 9th appearance in the season. 5-3 record, 1 shutout. 275 goals against, 884 save percentage. Meanwhile, on the other end for the Wildcats, Joey Fisher, his 15th game, 4-10 record, 371 goals against, 901 save percentage. Raiders will go from left to right in the home white uniforms with the red numbering and trim, while the Wildcats have the two-tone blue uniforms, dark blue and light blue stripes, white numbers. They'll go right to left in the opening 15. On the right side, Wildcats can't do much with it. To that point, shot saved by Richard off the stick of Jason Fuller. Fuller tied for the team leading goals. He's got 9. That shot cut down in front, thrown off the boards, out of the zone. Picked up at the red line by John Bowler. Kyle Gendron trying to force it along on the far side boards. Battling with Jason Fuller, takes it away. Thrown into the zone, to the left wing corner and around. Sal Smar trying to race to that one. Ryan Gavin drives first. Gendron has trouble with it on the half board. It's taken away by Samara. Tried to throw it out in front. Couldn't find his target, and it's thrown down the ice where icing will be called. 61 seconds gone and already 2 shots on target for the Wildcats. When these two teams met last time on January the 20th, it was a 3-0 win for Fitchburg Monty Tech. But my recollection was the first period was scoreless. The shots were relatively even, but the Raiders were able to take over in the second score twice from Austin Haas and Kyle Gendron. Then the third period, Cam Begnosh scored in the final minute for the 3-0 final. It was a 12-save shutout for Easton Minardi. Joey Fisher on that one had to make 39 saves on the other end. And here are the Raiders into the zone. There's a shot and a goal! Brilliant rush, brilliant snipe. Colin Hines continues his goal-scoring streak. That's 4 games in a row with a goal. And he's got the first strike. Blasting up the left wing. Found the space and time. Just popped it right in the corner. The Raiders were 7-9, knowing they needed to win some games to ensure that they would get into the playoffs. And Hines has really put the team on his back. His 7th goal in his last 4 games. 1-0 the Raiders, shot punched down by Fisher. Second shot save, rebound, another chance in front. And it's under Fisher. Berkio down in front had some good shots at that. Tucker Watkins will pick up his 4th assist of the campaign. He's also been really turning it on. Got his first varsity point against Leominster. And, now 7 points in his last 6 games. For some of these first-year varsity players, acclimating to the pace of varsity hockey, now that they've finally gotten adjusted and finally in control, they're able to show off what they can do, as Richard is able to cover that one up on the shot from the right side. 12:40 to go in the first period, 1-0 to Fitchburg Monty Tech. Draw will come to the left of Richard. Neither team has a senior netminder, so all the goalkeepers expected to return next year. Shot from the right point, seen by Richard all the way, and he'll glove that down. After Easton Minardi had 4 starts in a row for the Red Raiders, Owen Richard has now started 3 of the last 4. Included the Valentine's Day game against Oakmont, his former team, where he played a little bit for them as an 8th grader. Nick Atkins will come up the near side, skating into the zone. 2 Wildcats on him. Dobson will escort him into the boards. Goes to Carlson, now back for Atkins. Thrown out boards right side, Ben Jeanette picked up his first varsity goal in the game against Timberlane on Super Bowl Sunday. It's back around to the right wing corner. Settled down by Jacob Pratt, tries to get it out of the zone. Ended up finding Aiden Gregoire, is able to knock the Raiders to the ice, and he'll skate it up. Leaves it off for Smara, one of the captains of this team. Self-pass to himself, threw it into the slot, and a shot flubbed a little bit by Lashua. Couldn't get the velocity he desired. Behind the net, Cam Begnosh. Off for Atkins, kept it at the left point by Ford. His shot is blocked. Goes off a stick in front, Begnosh trying to get to that puck. Wildcats will send it around to the right side boards. And Begnosh will have it back now. Tries to skip with a burst of speed, fed it forward on the left side. Puck lost there. Try to feed it back to the left point of Begnosh. Couldn't get to him on the first effort, gets there on the second. Begnosh puts it across. And Fisher will cut down the angle, and he'll cover it for a draw. 11:04 to go in the first. 1-0 Raiders. Shots 5-4 in favor of the red and gray. If the playoffs were to start today, the Red Raiders would get Wilmington, who actually come in today with a record of 6-11-2. Or at least come into Tuesday with that. That was when the power ratings were most recently updated. And you might think Wilmington, for that record, 7 seems a little high, but Wilmington has played the toughest schedule in all of Division 4. One of only 5 teams with a positive number in the opponent rating category, and the only one with one above 1. Put it this way, the average team that Wilmington plays is a D1 playoff team. They play an incredibly challenging schedule, but obviously everything can change in the next few days, and you should expect everything to change in the next few days. Couldn't be sent out of the zone by Ford. Stefanillo tried to bring it back in, but delayed offside against the Raiders. Jason Fuller, on the right side, it's the pass off to Morse. Has it pop off his stick, and Brett Mayu will take it away. Mayu to the left wing corner. Tries to float along the boards. Gavin Roy had a touch on. Come back to the red line where it's dumped back in by Dobson. Mayu behind his own net. Out to the far side. Here's Kyle Gendron. Gendron into the zone. Drops off on the left side for Haas. Tries to throw in front for Bruno. Couldn't get his stick on it. Up the near side, here is Morse. 19 points on the campaign for the senior captain. I think he'd like to get to 20 before this season is all said and done. Shot blocked in front by Gendron. Racing to on the right side, Nathan Doobie. In the right wing corner. Battling, trying to dig it out. Another Wildcat, Jackson Tierney, joining the fray. Right side, Wildcats moving around to the left point for Dobson. Dobson shot through traffic, redirects wide to the left. To the right wing corner, Morse. That right point shot, cut down in front and cleared away by the Raiders. Stretched out of the zone, Gendron skated up on the left side. A lot of Wildcats to get around, gets a shot off, puts it over the crossbar. And off the backboards, 8:45 to go in the first. Still 1-0. That shot gloved down by the Wildcats and sent out to center. Jackson Leader, the 90-footer, goes just wide to the left. Wildcats, the pass up to the red line. Touch from Pratt and Gregoire. And now Cody Berkio trying to read this one. That one flies past him. Watkins can't get the touch. Daniels pushes it back into the Worcester zone. On the left side, a lot of fighting for it at the blue line. In and out. D-to-D pass. Bowler goes and retrieves. Shakes off a hit from Hines. Raiders have it back in their own end. Matt Daniels tries to backhand it out of the zone. Cut down by the Wildcats. Pratt trying to get to that one for Worcester. On the left side, Gregoire with a pass, doesn't go anywhere. And now Jackson Leader. Backhands it out of the zone. Here is Hines up the left side. Wildcats have already seen what Hines can do. His pass is cut down though. Now Tucker Watkins will take the puck right in the neutral zone. He regains the Wildcat end. Battling with Ethan Ford. Watkins still trying to keep it on his stick, but finally dispossessed and cleared out by Bowler, but just to the point where the Raiders throw it all the way around. Won't be able to be kept in by Begnosh, not able to get to the right point quickly enough. Now Jason Fuller with the steal, moves it up ice, gets tangled with 2 Red Raiders. Nothing going there. Delayed penalty though will be called against Fitchburg Monty Tech. Fisher can come off for an, actually no, that's delayed offside, excuse me. Sometimes you get caught out when the arm goes up from one of these officials in a game where 2 officials, no linesmen. So they have to call the offsides, they have to call the icing, they have to call the penalties. Well, there was nothing back there, so we'll play on. Here's Atkins into the zone on the right side. Tries to backhand it off, looking for Jeanette. Now out for Travis Carlson. Out of the zone it goes. Alex Armstrong will dump it back in. And the Wildcats will retrieve. 6:13 to go in the first. 1-0 Raiders. Colin Hines, his 14th goal of the season, is the lone strike in this contest. We have not had a shot in the last 4 minutes or so. We've been stuck at 5-4 in favor of the red and gray. Bagnosh tosses it around the boards. Touch on from Watkins. Now Atkins will throw it in the zone. Picked up by Bowler. Tries to keep it away from the Raiders. Will do just that. Samar's pass it intercepted. Carlson tried to throw it back in the direction of goal. But nothing going there. Here's Fuller on the right side. 3 Raiders surrounded him, and there was not much he could do with that puck. Raiders will try to clear it out. Cut down at the red line. Here's James Morse. Senior captain in the zone. Tries to put a bad angle shot on. Hits the side of the net. Behind the net, Armstrong dispossessed. Bagnosh throws it off the glass into the netting and out of play. After some spirited play, we get a stoppage with 5:09 to go in the first. Still 1-0 to the red and gray. This Worcester team, a citywide co-op. So all of the Worcester Public Schools involved, Worcester North, South, Doherty, Worcester Tech, Claremont Academy, and University Park. All of them can contribute players to the co-op. But also a couple of schools outside of the city of Worcester participate in this co-op, Leicester and Bay Path. Mike Vaughn, the 14th year head coach of the Wildcats, is a counselor at Leicester Middle School, so that ties in quite nicely. The Leicester Middle School actually moved a couple of years ago. There's a bad angle chance and a great save by Richard. As Jackson Tierney just shot it into Richard's pads with all that space to go on the near side. Oh, nearly had it tied. The shot by Morse is blocked in front off the leg of Leader. Out to the left point forward. Wines, fires, looks for the redirect. Doesn't play nicely off Tierney's stick. The left wing corner now out to the point forward. Thinking about shooting again, but so many bodies in the way. A simple poke from Gavin Roy knocks it out of the zone. Wildcats have to tag up. Ryan Gavin throws her on the right side. Popped in the air. And Roy with a touch on. Put it in where Colton Tierney will take it. Wants to stretch it up there for Jackson. The Raiders will take control. Re-entering the zone. Stefanillo with a drop pass to Roy. Try to get it to Pruno. Sharp passing and a shot goes just behind the net. Misses to the left of Fisher by just a few feet. Mayu's shot is blocked, but it comes to Stefanillo. He takes the shot. That's stopped by Fisher, and he'll hold for a draw. 3:42 to go in the first. 1-0 Fitchburg Monty Tech. Yeah, the Leicester Middle School, they moved a few years ago into the old Leicester High School because Leicester High School moved into the old Becker College campus. Becker College, which was in Leicester, went bust a couple of years ago. But some nice facilities there that you could make some good use of. So the town of Leicester bought the old campus. And now that's the high school. It's a shot save and another shot. Fisher able to batten down the hatches. Deep in his crease. Wouldn't let the Raiders have any big opportunities there. Draw will come to the right of Fisher with 6 saves on this contest. It's been relatively even this first period as well, like it was in the last meeting. But there was a goal to be found in this period for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Here is Pruno into the zone. That's Gendron, excuse me. He flips it along, off a stick to Austin Haas. Now back to Gendron. Shook off there. Physicality there by Dobson. Gendron getting it back. Shot looking for a tip from Haas. Now right out in front. That hit the side of the net. Great chance for Bruno. Couldn't get the finish. Might have also been a great save by Fisher. They put a shot on the board there. Daniels through traffic. That's blocked. Haas picks it up. Takes the shot. And that one flew in the air and out of play. And I think for a brief moment there was not a single soul on the ice who knew where that puck had gone. Once it landed in the netting in the left wing corner, then we all knew where it had gone. Draw will come to Fisher's left. Ultimately controlled by the Wildcats, but can't be sent out of the zone. Begnosh goes left point, shot blocked. The puck pinballs around in the slot. Watkins picks it up, left circle. Goes for Hines. His shot deflects out of play. Went off a bowler's stick there. Some fresher legs coming on the ice for the Wildcats. Switch up the deep pair. Another draw comes to Fisher's left. Another shot off the draw. Berkio gobbled up by Fisher. First half of the season was a tandem between Joey Fisher and Hayden Terrell. They each played 5 games. I knew Terrell wasn't fit to play in the first meeting against Fitchburg Monty Tech, and he hasn't been back in the lineup since. So Fisher's had to play every game. With the exception of any empty net time, Fisher has been net for all but a handful of seconds for the Wildcats. We'll talk about that shortly, as there was a good chance for Worcester. Here's Watkins. Poked off his stick. He's able to get it back. Get it to Berkio. Long into the left wing corner for Hines, trying to find Berkio again. Overshot the mark. Watkins retrieves on the right half boards. Battling with Ethan Ford, thrown into the slot through the paint. No Raiders could get their blades on it. And Samara will skate it out of the zone. On the near side, the team's battling for it. Jason Fuller gets control of it. He gets a backhand shot off and a glove save by Richard. Really off the wrist, I think, on that glove hand. And now we're in the final 60 seconds of this first frame. Offside against the Wildcats. Draw with 50.3 to go in the period. Shots 9-6 in favor of the Red Raiders. Yeah, I had to go and find the video for Worcester and Hudson's game because that was the only box score that wasn't submitted to the TNG. In that game, Fisher was actually battling through something, and ultimately with 6.6 seconds left, he couldn't continue. So Owen Kennedy, the freshman goalkeeper, made his varsity debut for the 6.6 seconds. He did not face a shot. Good shot there by Morse. And Richard able to get the pads down in the neck of time. Another shot that stopped by Richard, and another chance in front. Some good chances late in this period for the Wildcats. Smelling a bit of momentum, but now the Raiders able to clear it. Fisher skating out to the slot, thinking about trying to push it along to Dobson, try to keep the pressure on. But instead lets Dobson take it. Morse regains the zone with 8 seconds. Lost the puck in all that. Now it's in the left wing corner. Raiders will be content to pin it there. And they'll do just that as time will expire in this first period of play. Colin Hines, less than a minute and a half into this contest with his 14th goal of the season, the only marker on the board through 15 minutes. And even though the scoreline isn't as good as it was at the end of one period the last time that Worcester played Fitchburg Monty Tech, it is worth noting that the last time these two teams met Worcester finished with just 12 shots in the entire contest. Already 9 through 15 minutes, so they're making better pace there, but that one goal is the only downside to it all, that they're trailing this time as opposed to simply being level after 15 minutes. Nevertheless, Worcester's had a few flurries where they've looked pretty solid in sustaining zone pressure. They've looked a little better in this contest compared to last time, but as we also saw last time, it is a matter of keeping that up for 45 minutes. And the last time these two teams met on January 20th, the Wildcats were level with the Raiders for 15 minutes and then really outplayed the last 30. So we'll see if we get a little bit of deja vu, or if Worcester wants to flip the script in their final game of the 23-24 season. You know, the Raiders would like to go into the playoffs with a definitive winning record and not just a 500 record. These two teams still have a lot to play for, or even if playoff fates have already been decided. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second period soon, so don't go away. It's Red Raider Ice Hockey on FATV. We're back here at the Wallace Civic Center in Fitchburg, getting ready for the start of the second period of action between the Fitchburg Bonnie Tech Red Raiders and the Worcester Wildcats. Daniel Bolak here with you here on FATV. Shots in the first period were 10-9 in favor of the Red Raiders. So 9 saves for Owen Richard, 9 saves for Joey Fisher. The one goal coming just a minute and 24 seconds into the first. Colin Hines, his 14th goal of the season. His 4th straight game with a goal. Tucker Watkins got the lone assist. That was the first shot of the game for the Red Raiders. So each goaltender with 9 consecutive saves, if you want to put it that way. These two teams both playing their final regular season contests. The Raiders will have another game in the MIAA playoffs next week. The brackets come out Saturday morning, 10 a.m. For Worcester. This will be the last game of their season. They're not going to be able to increase their rating enough to get into the playoffs. They're just too many points behind. Worcester will go from left to right in the second period in the two-tone blues. Raiders will go right to left in the home whites. Raiders get a steal from Pruno. High rising shot, misses the mark. Ricochets off the boards, goes all the way down, back behind Owen Richard. And Ryan Gavin's the first to arrive. His pass immediately intercepted by Al Samara. Passed into the point, but it couldn't be handled. Now here's Gendron breaking through everyone. Kyle Gendron going to goal. Just could not get the clean shot away. Strong effort at the last moment. Brent Gendron from getting that clean shot, and what he was able to put on was poked wide of the left of Fisher. Now thrown in front, saved by Richard off his stick and right nearly to a Wildcat who wasn't able to poke it past. On the near side, here's Austin Haas. Trying to get around John Bowler. Haas drops off, turnaround shot. This is the mark from Gendron. Samara will pick it up. Listed as defenseman on the roster, but he's been playing forward in these games. He stood up there at the left circle. Raiders clear it off the boards, past Berkio. And that's going to go for icing. Bring the draw back to one side of Richard with 13:43 to go in the second. Both teams will change their lines. For the Raiders, Federation rules allow them to change lines after an icing. So they'll take advantage of that privilege. Draw one by the Wildcats, trying to get that puck in the direction of goal. Can't get a shot away. Jackson Tierney in the right wing corner, one of two Tierneys. His brother Colton. Twin brother, if I recall. They're both freshmen. This Wildcats team has just 3 seniors on it. 23 other players on the roster of varying classes. 9 juniors, 8 sophomores, 6 freshmen. Watkins push it off the boards to Berkio. Gains the blue line and backhands it in around to Hines in the left wing corner. Hines trying to get back to Watkins on the left side. But taken away by the Wildcats and overskated. Jackson Tierney not able to get what he'd liked on that. Not in good position, but now he intercepts the pass, gets a shot off. But Matt Daniels' stick will interfere with that shot and its trajectory. Now the Raiders coming up on the right side with a 3-on-2 perhaps with Tucker Watkins. Try to get the pass off to Hines, goes off a leg, and a shot off a Wildcat stick. Bounces right to the ice. It flutters towards goal where Fisher will track it and stop it. Could have been less than ideal for Worcester. Sometimes those redirections right on front can be trouble for a goalie. And although it went straight down to the ice, it just sort of fluttered and rolled to Fisher's left pad. There are many alternative changes of direction that can go off that stick that would be much, much worse for a goaltender. And Jeanette throws off the side of the net off Fisher's paddle. The pass trying to find Carlson deep in the slot. Now another chance, a redirect there from Jeanette, goes over the net. Jeanette finished the scoring against Westboro with an empty netter. He's got 2 goals on the season, all coming in the last week and a half. On the right side, here's Cam Begnosh. Try to pass along for Carlson. Carlson is able to get it anyway, put a backhand on target. Or in the direction of the goal. Another shot, Carlson in front, battling for it. And on the right side, a shot saved by Fisher, another chance. And Fisher stacking the pads, able to keep that out. The left side, Begnosh, left dot, shot, cut down in front. Few good chances for the Red Raiders. Now Alex Armstrong on his horse, having to get to that puck and prevent a 2-man breakaway. Trying to get out of the zone with velocity, the junior did. Pressure in the neutral zone, Atkins trying to nudge it for Carlson. He's got to be nearing the end of his shift, but he's staying out there. That pass flubbed, but still found its target anyway. Carlson couldn't get there quickly enough to pick it off. Set behind the Raider net, where it's settled down by Richard. 10:48 to go in the second period, 1-0 to the red and gray. The right side, into the corner, dropped off for no one, as Sal Samara was able to take that, pass it along, gets it back, coming up with Nathan Lashua. Now he tries to feed it to Lashua, doesn't find him, found Fuller instead, but he can't get the shot away. Gets it back, and Mayu is in the way this time. Out of the zone it'll come. Shots in this period, 3-1 in favor of the Red Raiders thus far, as that's intercepted. On the left side, Samara trying to feed. As it pinballs around, goes off the stick of Lashua and settled down by the paddle of Richard. He'll hold for a draw with 10:08 to go in the second. I mentioned the Raiders will be in the playoffs for the 3rd consecutive season, thanks to their big win against Westboro on Monday. If they had not won that game, this would have been a game that they would have needed to win to assure that they would be in the playoffs. Settled down at the Worcester blue line, skated up by Samara, looking for Lashua. Too many bodies in the way. Chris Stefanillo will nudge it for Gavin Roy. Roy floats it on goal, bounces in front of Fisher. He's able to stick with it all the way and cover it for a draw. 9:35 to go in the second. Another draw will come to the left of Fisher. Stefanillo will take the draw for the Red Raiders. They'll lose it to James Morse, the senior captain. Jackson Tierney trying to skate it up for Morse. Trying to feed in front. Want to find Nathan Doobie. Instead, Brett Mayu on the left side. His shot with some velocity. Stays close to the ground. Fisher gets his pad on that. And his paddle, it holds for a draw. And the last time these two teams met, Worcester was held to just 12 shots on goal in the entire contest. They're just 1 away from hitting that mark. Currently on 11 with 9 1/4 to go in the second. A Puck goes out to the far boards. Matt Daniels with that touch on for the Raiders, but James Morse ahead for Nathan Doobie. Jackson Leader trying to take that away. Nudge for Jacob Bruno. Going around the boards past the Leader, Daniels, now back to Leader. Looking for Gendron, finds Haas instead. That'll work just as well. Raiders with some numbers up on the right side. Into the right wing corner. Now behind the net to the left side. Gendron was skating with velocity and ultimately shepherded out of the zone. Raiders had to tag up again. They're at the red line. Gendron will regain the zone. He'll make some moves, go right out in front, but blocked by a Wildcat. Haas on the left side. Rubbed into the boards by Bowler. Now to the left wing corner. Austin Haas in the corner again for the Raiders. James Morse is going to take the puck off his stick. Push it out of the zone. Gendron for the Wildcat bench. Wanted to find Bruno. He didn't know the puck was coming for him. Haas will pick it up instead. In that corner. Here's Bruno in front. Gendron! Great save by Fisher. Going to the ice. Pulling out the splits. A lot of athleticism required on that one. 15 saves for the junior netminder. Really gone on a bit of a roll this year, especially the latter half of this season where he's been trusted to be the guy in goal for the Wildcats. Stretched up ice, Samara gained the blue line, takes the shot, blockered away by Richard. The near side, Hines. Along to the blue line, found Berkio, tries to rediscover Hines. Found the stick of Nathan Lashua instead. Cam Begnosh will skate into the zone. He'll take the shot, it'll go wide to the right. Hines picks it up, right wing corner. Behind the net, Raiders take it, try to center it. Hops off a stick, Begnosh with a shot, tracked by Fisher, loose in front. Battles around. It does go in the net, and it is a goal! A delayed signal from the official, who is satisfied it went in, and Tucker Watkins will lead the handshake line. The Raiders lead 2-0. Another one of those helter-skelter goals where a whole lot is happening out in front.
You blew the whistle. You called that off. You blew the whistle.
I think there was concern from the near side here that the whistle had blown on that. I never heard a whistle. And there was sort of a brief delay when the puck hit inside the net. It went in and out very quickly, hitting that left side. It was as if there was a brief moment of hesitation, and then finally the official pointed forward towards pointing at the net, which is the signal for a goal. Go to Watkins unassisted. The Worcester faithful who made the trip up 190, not terribly pleased with this turn of events. Watkins dumped to the ice. Berkio with some pushing and shoving. A lot of stuff happening behind the play. Samara's shot. Well, there was a whistle there too, and we actually had no penalties until this moment, but frustration has quickly boiled over. David Dobson and Cody Berkio each sentenced to the bin. They'll serve 2 minutes or more. But right off the draw, Watkins was dumped to the ice. Dobson and Berkio were taking shots, and then there was the whistle to stop play, and a Wildcat took a shot. They both get They both get roughing calls. Now a lot out in front there. Jacob Pratt trying to poke away at it. Wasn't able to get it past. Imagine the Wildcats are frustrated. They're not too happy with that second goal, and they were sticking with them, trying to find a goal somewhere, but after seeing that happen, things escalated quite quickly. And what was a clean game up to that moment started to boil, but I think now the referees have to take control and make it clear that any more tomfoolery, and then maybe players sitting for more than 2 minutes. Delayed offside on that last shot. It wouldn't have counted had it gone. Dumped in, missing the marks, and icing will be called with 5:46 to go in the second. We mentioned for the Wildcats, this is their last game of the season. Not in position to qualify for the state playoffs. And for the Red Raiders, with their 10 wins, they're guaranteed to make the playoffs. Looks like they would have probably made it with a top 32 position anyway. It's Leader up the right side, wanted Hines, finds Hines in the end. Got a shot that was deflected wide. Leader on the left circle, backhands, keeps it in the zone. Stefanillo's shot, patted away by Fisher. Colton Tierney around the boards on the near side. Nathan Doobie there as well, but it comes back to Leader at the point. The shot is cut down in front. Doobie with a stick on, but Leader keeps it in the zone. Left side, shot pass by Stefanillo. Doesn't find the target. Leader again. He's on the near side, now he's on the far side. He's getting everywhere. Stefanillo can't keep it in, but that'll come out to Bruno, or Daniels, excuse me. Put in behind the net. Daniels not keeping it in the zone there. No Raiders touch it, so they have to tag up, which they've done so now. Jackson Tierney on the left side. Now James Morse. Morse holds as he goes to the point. Tries to find his shooting lane, but a shot is deflected over the net. Now great shot in front, save, rebound, doesn't go! 2 more good chances for the Wildcats. Still struggling to find a goal against this Raider side. They were shut out last time on January 20th and still haven't found a goal, but they found some great chances, but Richard has been standing tall in goal for the Raiders. Dumped in down the ice. Fisher will settle. And a stretch pass up, looking for Doobie. Gets a touch on the right side. Alex Armstrong follows it. Around for Begnosh. Up to the neutral zone, Morse. Will skate with it, back into his own end. Gets some space, dumps it down ice. Goes past Armstrong and down behind the goal line for icing. 3:38 to go in the second, 2-0. Fitchburg Monty-Tech in front. And now Dobson and Barkio can be released from the bin on the first whistle after 2 minutes was served. They served exactly 3 minutes. Let's see, on the bench too, volunteer assistant Pat Hines giving some advice and words of wisdom to Barkio after all of that. The Wildcat was dumped at the blue line there in Samara. And he trades some words there with Cam Begnosh, who's going to go to the bin here. Some frustration away from the play, and we're going to have our first power play of the contest. One of 5 seniors for the Red Raiders, playing in his final game at the Civic Center. They're going to put 4 minutes on the clock here for this penalty. A double minor. This will be a good opportunity for the Wildcats to get back in this one. Both centers get kicked out of the draw. So it'll be Morrison Gendron to take it. Worcester will take that draw. And a shot blocked in front. Goes to the right side. Picked up turnaround shot by Dobson. Can't make its way to Richard. So he gets 2 separate minors, one for roughing and one for unsportsmanlike conduct. Now we have another penalty, a trip indicated against Worcester. Gendron down on the ice. And you can see the frustration continues to mount in the second period. Dobson is going back to the sin bin. And a teammate comes with him in Ethan Ford. Both of them will get 2 minutes. Well, that was a quick end to the power play for Worcester. And now the Red Raiders are going to get a 4-on-3 power play. Yeah, one of them was for the trip in live action, one was for the dump after the play. It is getting a bit weird here in the second period. The Raiders will have their first man advantage. Ford was called for the trip, and Dobson called for his second roughing penalty of the period. That's thrown on goal, shorthanded opportunity, kicked away by Owen Richard. Thrown behind the net, hops off a stick. Raiders will take it on the near side. Gendron puts on the brakes, get around Fuller. This pass gets away, but will be picked up with the superior manpower and flubbed on for a moment by Mayu, but kept control of it. He'll slowly skate it up ice. Now for Hines in front, his shot off a leg. Mayu wrestling to get that back, battling with Morse. 60 seconds to go on the power play for Fitchburg Monty Tech. A shot blocked in front, and then it will turn into a power play for Worcester straight away when both Dobson and Ford are released from the naughty step. Here's Armstrong in his zone. His shot scores! Crossbar and in. Power play goal for Alex Armstrong. It's 3-0 to the Raiders. Worcester will get to return one player to the ice. It'll be Ford's penalty that will come off the board. Alex Armstrong's second goal of the season. That was a beautiful snipe. A big hit in the corner there. Full aside. Sparkio gets tangled up with a Wildcat. Gavin trying to move it along for Hines. Taken away in some numbers, briefly. Thrown towards goal. Stopped by Richard. 5 seconds to go on the 4-on-4 before it becomes a power play again for Worcester. Dobson will come out of the box. And now another 90-second power play for Worcester. So that shot through traffic. There might have been a whistle before that, actually. Interference is the call. I mean, against Colin Hines, a 2-man advantage coming for Worcester. 44.4 to go in the second period, 3-0 to the Red Raiders. But now a two-man advantage for the Wildcats. Surely they can get something on this. They've given the goal to Haas unassisted. I had 2 on that and not 11, but it will be what it will be. So there's a shot off the pad of Richard. Wildcats will be on the two-man advantage for the rest of the period. That one can't be kept in by Ford. Down the ice will go. Fisher comes out to try to settle it down. 5 seconds to go in the period. Morse gains the zone, but he's on his offside. And he can only push it into the zone as time will expire. We had 8 minutes of balanced hockey, and then we had 7 minutes of whatever this was. 2 goals, rough stuff, 6 penalties, and a carryover two-man advantage. But at the end of 2 periods of play, it's Fitchburg Monty Tech 3 and Worcester nothing. A very, very strange second period of play. And really it all started and boiled over from that second goal the Raiders scored overall, the first in that period from Watkins. The whole mess in front, the whistle that may or may not have gone, the delayed reaction and signal. And then just a lot of individuals becoming cross with each other. And what was a clean hockey game up to that moment turned into a penalty-filled affair. Giving that, I'm still going to stand by my statement that that last goal was Armstrong. So Armstrong and Watkins with the goals, both unassisted for the Red Raiders. And through 30 minutes of play, Fitchburg Monty Tech leads 3-0, but they're only going to start the third period with 3 skaters on the ice. 39 seconds of carryover 5-on-3 time. And again, what has been a very odd period. And you wonder the coaches are going to have some time, to talk about things, but also hopefully Noah Saracen and Mike Vaughn are able to cool down their respective sides. And we'll see if we can get a cleaner third period of 15 minutes. After all, there is that sort of thought, when a team is playing late in the season and they don't have anything to play for other than pride and some other bragging rights, especially when the game's starting to go south from you, there's that concern that maybe people are going to do regrettable things out on the ice. And I will hope that the teams can keep such regrettable actions to a minimum in the final 15 minutes. We'll see how it all shakes out. 30 minutes of play complete here at the Wallace Civic Center. It's Fitchburg Monty Tech 3 and Worcester nothing. Take a break and we're back, so don't go away. This is Red Raider Ice Hockey on FATV. Back here at the Wallace Civic Center here in Fitchburg, getting ready for the third period of action between the Red Raiders of Fitchburg Monty Tech and the Wildcats of Worcester. Daniel Bolak here with you, Travis Falcon on camera and audio. Thank you very much for joining us here in this Wednesday afternoon contest, made possible by winter vacation. It's a tradition like any other. The makeup games and all those late games, those tournament games, the makeup games that have to be rescheduled. What better time to do it than the final week of the regular season when everyone's on vacation? Nevertheless, in what was a fairly typical first period of ice hockey, a close battle between these two teams. Shots were 10-9 in the first, and a lone goal for Colin Hines. But in the second period of play, it was pretty typical, pretty normal, pretty clean. And then Tucker Watkins scored, and all heck broke loose. After that, we've had 6 penalties. We had another goal from Alex Armstrong. And the Raiders lead 3-0, out-shooting the Wildcats 21-16. But the Red Raiders have to start this third period with 2 fewer skaters than the Wildcats. 39 seconds of two-man advantage time for Worcester and 1:16 of power play time to start this third period of 15 minutes in the final 15 minutes of Worcester's season. barring a massive comeback. As that drop pass from South Samar to James Morse ended up going off of the official standing at the blue line. So not the best re-entry. As here's Fuller into the zone. Out to the left side. Cross ice pass. Held at left point, and now Samara's shot saved by Richard. Another chance in front. Spit out. Bagnosh's penalty just about to expire. It's a shot held at the near side post by Richard, just in time for Bagnosh to be released from the bin. You do get a correction on that second goal the Raiders scored in the second period, the third overall goal. Alex Armstrong was the rightful goal scorer. Austin Haas had the assist. What happens is the referees come over and they will say who got the goal. They'll say 2 from 11 in that case, and at that point, the 2 was not clearly heard, just the 11, thus Haas originally getting the goal. But we've got that all straightened away. No icing call on all that. The rule was available for Armstrong. Raiders will dump it down and it won't be icing because they're still on the kill for 5 more seconds. Good steal there by the Raiders. And now Hines is out of the box. And the Raiders are now back to full strength. Here's a steal by Pruno. On the right side, out in front for Haas. Trying to get a goal to call his own. But that one flobs off his stick off the side of the net. Samar up the right side for the Wildcats. Drops off for Fuller, now for Morse. Right circle, shot, scores! Beautifully sniped by James Morse. His 8th goal of the season puts the Wildcats on the board. Five periods of hockey between the Wildcats and the Red Raiders, in which Worcester could not find a goal. But Morse's snipe on his 8th goal of the season will ensure that it's not going to be a 6th period where that'll happen. 3-1 the score now. South Samara will get the lone assist. That'll be his 10th of the campaign. I mentioned for Morse's 8th goal and his 20th point. Nice for him to get to a round number. Those were the two senior captains connecting for the Wildcats on that goal. Both getting in the score sheet in their final varsity game of high school ice hockey. There's a move it up to Tucker Watkins. Now here's Hines into the zone. Had it knocked off his stick. Berkio with the steal. Turns towards goal. Hines waiting right at the top of the paint. Not able to redirect that home. Jackson Leader. Daniels back for Leader. Now moved up ice. Here's Jeanette. Just out of the reach of Berkio. David Dobson trying to get a touch on for Worcester. 15 finding another 15 back there. Travis Carlson shot kicked away by Fisher. Turned around, cut in front. Both teams trying to get after this puck. So here's Fuller, gaining the blue line, but nothing more. As it comes out of the zone. Nudged back by Carlson. Jeanette not able to get there. Carlson's second effort goes off the stick of Fuller. The far side, Samara. Up head for Lashawell, one-on-one. His shot deflects off the Raiders' stick into the netting and out of play. 11:17 to go in the third period. 3-1, Fitchburg Monty Tech in front. Shots 22-19 in this contest. 19 saves for the junior netminder Joey Fisher of Worcester. 18 saves for Owen Richard of Fitchburg Monty Tech, also a junior. So we mentioned there are no senior netminders on either team. The Raiders with 2 juniors and the next goalie up a sophomore. And for the Wildcats, they've got a junior in Fisher, a sophomore in Hayden Terrell, and a freshman Nolan Kennedy. Samara keeping control of the puck, gets a shot off. Was fought off there by Richard off his glove. Now Hines trying to skate it up ice. Battling with Lashua there. Delayed call will say Lashua was dumped to the ice after the puck was disposed of. And Hines is going to have to sit for 2 minutes. Interference will be the call. Wildcats will have their 4th power play of the contest. They scored not too long after their 3rd power play expired. Kyle Jedrick racing to that puck for the Raiders. Keeping control of it. Moves up for Bruno. One-timer off the crossbar. Nearly that close to a shorthanded goal. And Fisher with a touch of the crossbar, thanking the bar for keeping that out. Goalies always have to be appreciative of the metal work, especially when they help. Now right out in front, looking for all that empty net to backhand on. Couldn't get it cleanly away. Another shot redirected wide. Bowler's a dangerous goal scorer, one you don't want to let get that close to the net. Raiders will pick it up and clear it. Fisher settles it down. 65 to go on power play for the Wildcats. 9:40 to go in the 3rd. 3-1, Fitchburg Monty Tech in front. James Morse will protect. Push it along for Sal Samara. He gains zone, drops off for Fuller. He's dispossessed by Watkins, but goes right to the right point for Dobson. Morse can't handle it. Watkins will skate it up. And that's definitely a hook. And that's definitely getting called. They'll bring an end to this power play. Watkins chose to skate it up himself and instead drew a penalty. It's better than playing keep away. Dobson's going to the box for the 3rd time today. The old rules in MIAA hockey was 4 minor penalties would get you thrown out. It's 5 now. It's that the MIAA actually had an older standard that they'd used for many years. But the FHS years ago got rid of that and moved it to 10 penalty minutes. So Dobson in the box for hooking. The penalty is up now to Hines. The Raiders now will have their 2nd power play of the contest. Or one other power play, they scored on it from Armstrong, who sniped it in transition. He's able to skate up and keep that in the zone, but not able to keep it on his stick as Lashua follows up and knocks it out. Richard leaves it behind the net. Raiders move it out on the near side to the far. Berkio will get there, nudge it along. Samara bounce it off the boards. Jackson leader, and a collision away from that as Samara goes to the ice. Too much tomfoolery in this contest. It's another penalty that's well away from the play. Interference against the freshman Tucker Watkins, who has what currently stands as the winning goal. So Watkins will sit for 2 minutes. Well, 43 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Wildcats win the draw, go out to the point, Samara. The shot goes wide. Off the boards, can't be cleared. That's a goal! Oh, Richard misread it. That hopped along the ice and got in there on the right side post. And suddenly it's a 3-2 hockey game. Very occasionally that'll happen to a goalie where you think you know where that puck is going and you feel like you've got egg on your face. When it doesn't go where you're expecting it, you don't react to it, and it ends up beating you. Now Samara with the take. And Worcester with all the momentum, 2 goals in this period. They knew they were not necessarily out of it. The goal goes to Ethan Ford, the sophomore defenseman. That's his first goal of the season. Could very well have been his first varsity goal for all I know. Shot save and a rebound. Stopped by Richard. I do believe that's the first varsity goal for Ethan Ford. It's a happy gift to close out the season. Jason Fuller getting the assist on that one. That'll get him up to 20 points on the campaign. 9 goals, 11 assists for him. Samara on the left side. Takes the shot, save, and off the post, and out. That close to tying it. Another shot through traffic, cut down in front. Maybe Richard got a piece of it. Raiders trying to clear. Another chance, cut down in front. Wildcats have had that top line out on the ice with all their dangerous scorers there in Samara, Morse, and Fuller. Those are the 3 that can do legitimate damage. Seems like Coach Vaughn's been double shifting them. Another shot. That'll go off of Richard. Now thrown out in front. Raiders will clear it. 12 seconds to go on the man advantage to Walken. Now Bruno steals it, tries to throws it back towards goal. Misses the net by about 5 feet. But makes Fisher have to spin around a little bit and watch it go. Penalties up to Watkins. He's out of the box. Raiders back to full strength. Now Worcester leading in the shot battle, 26-23. 10 shots in this period for the Wildcats and 2 goals. The Raiders lead, but only by 1. Fisher will spit it up ice, finds Fuller. Now here's Samara. Loses the handle on it, cleared out of the zone by the Raiders. Only gotten 2 shots in this period, delayed offside against Worcester. They finally tag up. And Worcester is well awakened here in this 3rd period. They know this is potentially the last 15 minutes of their season. And they want to go out on a high note. Trying to come from 3 down in this period. The Raiders, in fact, with 3 minutes to go in the 2nd period against Westboro 2 days ago, were down 5-2. But they won that game 8-5. Sometimes you never know what'll happen. The right side shot by Doobie, gloved down by Richard. Now Kyle Gendron up ice. Gendron keeping it going. Gendron right to goal. Fisher with the stop as the puck popped up in the air and away from goal. Bagnosh moving along for Gendron, now Atkins. In the zone, knocked off his stick. Jackson Tierney getting in the way. Actually, it was Colton, the other Tierney. Another shot off the iron from Morse. There's so many lively reactions here on the Worcester side. Got 2 goals. They've gotten some good chances. And they are fighting and clawing their way back into this contest. 3:40 to go in regulation time. The Raiders lead 3-2. So here's Begnosh out on the far side, skating it up, shooting it in. He'll go to the right. Now the corner, Colton Tierney. This pass misses Doobie. That can't be kept in by Lasher. Will go out to the decor. Poked off the stick of John Bowler. Out to the near side. Gavin Roy will let it go for Jackson Leader. Off the boards for Armstrong. Now his goal stands as the winner. So here's Berkio in the zone. Throws it towards goal, just misses the net. Roy picks it up off the right side corner boards. Leader, shot out in front, loose. They score! Leader's shot was cut down in front. And backhanding the loose puck in, the Raiders get it back. Berkio leads the handshake line. It's 4-2. A lot of buzzing going about there. The Leader shot was cut down, but it was just a loose puck at the top of the paint. And Berkio able to get the backhand on. His 9th goal of the season. Ford can't settle it down. And here's Gendron, the 2-on-1. Gendron's shot goes off the stick of Dobson. Into the left wing corner. Leader. Throw it towards goal, looks for the redirection, goes wide. They give Stefanillo the goal. That's racing in, and the shot, that's turned aside. Fuller's chance denied by Richard. So they've got the goal for Stefanillo. It's also quite possible, but I saw Berkio lead the handshake line, so I usually defer to that. But I can't say with 100% certainty that it was Berkio who got the backhand that time. Owen turned back in towards goal. Just 100 seconds left in this contest. The Raiders leading 4-2. The Raiders hoping for at least a 2-goal win, because that will increase their rating a little bit. A 1-goal win will not. Will actually lose a little bit of points, because Worcester's overall rating is more than a point less than Fitchburg's. Owen turned towards goal, looking for a tip from Samara. The Raiders coming in with a 131 in the red, while the Wildcats were 297 in the red. The shot goes wide. 60 seconds to go. The last minute of play in this game. Last time these two teams played, it was a 2-goal game in the final minute. And the Wildcats didn't really make any moves to get Fisher off the ice for the extra attacker. And it doesn't look like they're doing that here either. Well, Fisher skating up just a little bit, checking with the coaching staff, see if he should come off for the extra attacker. This would be the time to do it. They will call for a timeout, though. 47 seconds left in this contest. 4-2, Fitchburg Monty Tech in front. Goals for Colin Hines, Tucker Watkins, Alex Armstrong, and Cody Berkio, I'll say, for the Red Raiders. James Morse and Ethan Ford with the goals for the Wildcats. This will be the final home game of the season for the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. We do have another hockey game coming, though. This coming Saturday, Fitchburg State in the MassCAC semifinals will take on a team to be confirmed. They could take on the UMass Dartmouth Corsairs, or they could take on the Westfield State Owls, or they could take on the Framingham State Rams. who will they actually play? We don't actually know yet, and we will not know until after Thursday night. But whoever the Falcons play, we'll have that game for you Saturday, 5 o'clock here from the Wallace Civic Center on FATV. Raiders looking for their first playoff win in 6 years. They have not won a playoff game since winning it all in the MASCAC Championship in 2018. Whoever they're going to draw, though, it'll be a tough test. Fisher was about to skate back to the goal. They said, "Nah, you can stay here." It's a miscommunication at one point. The extra skater, Cole Tierney, was wondering, is there too many on there? Nope, he's in the right spot. 6 skaters for the Wildcats now. The extra attacker on in the final minute of this contest. Thrown off the boards. Raiders will look for an empty net, try to get that maximum 3-goal margin. They would like that, but a penalty against Fitchburg Monty Tech. I think they got Watkins for a slash. Now they got him for a trip. Trying to go for the puck, but he got more than the puck. Interesting, Fisher's going back to the net now. Satisfied with just a one-man advantage then. Shot by Samara, missed wide to the left. Now it comes out of the zone. Strong pressure there. Morse with a shot. Punched away by Richard. Clock continues to wind down, 10 seconds. Fouling forward on the near side boards. Mayu clears it, backhands it down the ice. Would have been an empty net goal if only there was no goalie still there. But that will bring an end to this hockey game. Fitchburg Monty Tech will take a 4-2 victory. And they'll go into the Division IV MIAA playoffs on a 4-game winning streak. The Raiders were able to take control for a little while, but then in the third period, things started falling apart just a little bit. The Wildcats got back into this contest, made it a close game.
Red Raiders 4 and Worcester Wildcats 2. Raiders now will proceed to the state playoffs, which will begin sometime next week. The FAT 3-star selections for tonight's game, or this afternoon's game. Number 3-star with a goal and an assist goes to Raiders center number 7, Tucker Watkins. Number 2-star tonight goes to Raider defenseman Alex Armstrong with the power play winning goal tonight. And the number 1 star tonight goes to Raider goalie number 1, Owen Richards, with 28 saves.
So there you are, your 3 stars.
Thank you from the Wallace Civic Center, and everybody have a happy and safe rest of the week.
The 3 stars all going to the Red Raiders. Tucker Watkins with the goal and assist, Alex Armstrong with the winning goal, and Owen Richard with 28 saves. Some pretty solid saves really by both of these goaltenders. 22 for Joey Fisher, 28 for Richard. And Raiders take a solid 4-2 victory. That will help them a little bit in the power ratings. Boost their rating just a little bit. And get them maybe some better playoff positioning, maybe an opponent that might match up a little better with them. The Raiders will definitely be on the road in the round of 32. Again, Saturday at 10 a.m. is when the brackets are going to be released, and that is when we'll all know who Fitchburg Monty Tech will be taking on. They'll certainly be going on the road, that'll be for sure. But from there on, who knows how far this team could go. As for the Red Raiders finished the regular season with an 11-9 record. The Wildcats finished their 2023-2024 campaign with a record of 4-16. And for Sal Samar, James Morse, and Colton Tittle, they have played their last game in a Wildcat sweater. We wish them the best of luck, and congratulations to Morse and Samar for teaming up on that first goal. At least they get to finish their career, their final game, with a goal and an assist. That's going to do it here from the Wallace Civic Center. What has been an exciting Fitchburg Monty Tech hockey season thus far will continue on in the round of 32 in the MIAA Division IV playoffs. And we'll just wrap it up here with that. Again, final score here in this contest. It was the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders 4 and the Worcester Wildcats 2. For Travis Falk here, and for everyone here at FATV, I'm Daniel Bolak saying thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time. And until then, so long from Fitchburg.